Are you ever walking down the street and someone just hands you something before you can move your hand away and you're just stuck with it and it's like a flyer or some bullshit that usually happens in Vegas? Well, sometimes that's what an airdrop is like, and we're going to cover that coming right up.
What's up, family? My name is Heather Parady. This is Rich Cardona, and we are NFTs for Newbies. We are learning as we go, documenting the process. And today we're going to be digging into airdrops. We had this question from Lisa, which says, Dear Heather and Rich, can you explain how airdrops work? How do they show up in your wallet one day? Do you have to pay gas? Are you alerted that one's coming? What do you do to claim it and get it in the wallet? And if you still have time, listen, some airdrops request that you, quote, link your wallet. Is this safe? Thanks, signed Lisa. Rich, there's so much to cover with airdrops, but before we dig into that, you use that analogy.
Airdrops?
No, you used that analogy a minute ago of like when you're, standing on the street, so I just put something in your hand. That happened to me in Jamaica, but you don't want to ever grab anything that people hand you in Jamaica. Have you ever been there?
Why? Yeah, I think so.
It's weed,
Bahamas.
man. It's weed. Straight up weed.
Oh, Bumbleclad. Woo!
We got
Yeah,
off.
I love that.
We got off the bus, and seriously, that was the one thing that they handed us, which
I'm talking about.
is what I thought about. But an airdrop's different, kind of.
All right, I'm going to read a little bit from 1:37 p.m. Some of our favorite people associated with VaynerX. It is when a distribution of cryptocurrency tokens or NFTs are sent via a Web3 wallet, aka like MetaMask, Coinbase, something like that, for free as promotion or as added value for participating in an experience or purchasing a digital asset. Before we get into it, have you gotten airdrops?
Yeah, I have. Some unexpectedly and some that was a part of the roadmap. We covered roadmap recently on a show. What I didn't know about this explanation is, I guess it makes sense, but I never thought about cryptocurrency being airdrop because my intro to all of this world is NFTs. And so I immediately think NFTs are airdrop, but other things could be airdrop too.
Someone we know well in the space was airdropped thousands of dollars once because they were participating in a kind of a startup token.
That's nuts.
And it was crazy.
But here's the reason. Why in the world would I drop somebody thousands of dollars? Why would I draw something that I love and give it to you? There's a reason that people airdrop. One, adding value to their community. I want to get on Rich's good side. I want him to be happy that he believed in my project, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to incentivize him by airdropping XYZ. Sometimes it's planned, like I mentioned, with a roadmap, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's surprise. Another reason why airdrops are used is marketing. It's a marketing tactic to draw attention to their brand, which we're going to dig into here in a minute about how that can go south and can go wrong. But I mean, I think it is a good idea if you don't have a huge following, if you don't have an established brand. It's a way to get some eyeballs on your stuff.
Yeah, I mean, so let's talk about where it could go wrong. And actually, let us know in the comments if you've gotten any airdrops, if they're good or bad. But I'd like to hear some of the bad ones and if you've had any bad experiences with them. That was redundant. Welcome to the Department of Redundancy Department. Next. All right.
But real quick, Rich, this is something that I learned while researching this. There's a thing called a hard fork drop, which is essentially when there is a cryptocurrency on one chain and there is updates to that chain, or maybe they switch chains altogether. Sometimes there will be these hard fork drops, which essentially is, here, let me read it from investopedia.com. A hard fork occurs when there is a permanent split in a blockchain. One path has a new blockchain and the second path has the original blockchain. An airdrop occurs when a new cryptocurrency token is deposited directly onto users' wallets. So again, not exactly what we're talking about here, but I thought it was an interesting piece of information. So if you hear hard fork drop, that's what that's referring to.
All right. So where can airdrops go wrong? Good news is anyone can get an airdrop. Bad news is anyone can get an airdrop.
Yep.
So I will share our wallet. We have a tiny little wallet, our individual wallets. I have at least 30 airdrops that I don't know or recognize, but I'm going to share our little wallet real quick. And you will see right here that, Heather, we have this. This is a little airdrop. I have no idea who Newbies are. And there's a pre-sale and a public. And again, as you said, clearly for marketing. Now, again, anyone could get them. And that might seem cool and sound cool. But at the same time, we have talked about how people can use it created as a way to appear in someone's wallet and kind of give the impression that that person's loves my shit. Is that the case? Do you have an example of how that's not actually happening, or why that's actually a bad move?
This is fascinating to me. And okay, so I can airdrop you something and then go to all my buddies and be like, look, Rich owns my NFT. I'm awesome. When Rich didn't buy my NFT, I airdropped it to him. And so people are doing this to influencers and celebrities like our man Gary Vee, who tweeted out recently, quote, super sad how many airdrop NFTs to people and then claim they are minting it. Stinks that projects think this is a good way to launch a project. And he just shows a screenshot where somebody texted him and said, hey, these people are claiming that you're backing them. And he said, well, I've never heard of it. Everyone's claiming I'm involved. And the way that they're doing this is they're airdropping Gary Vee. They're airdropping these influencers, these leaders, their NFT, and then screenshotting that, their wallets, Gary's wallet or these influencers' wallets, and saying, hey, look, Gary has our NFT. He believes in our project. When he was airdropped that, he has nothing to do with it. It's gross. That's what it is. It's gross that people are abusing the system that way.
It's sleazy. It fucking pisses me off. And like when you have a real community, someone's gonna get a text, like that dude's gonna get a text like that, be like, yo, do you know these people? And call you out, and then your ship is sunk. So don't be that guy or gal who thinks you're gonna be slick and airdrop some shit. And I'm freestyling right now, and I'm not gonna stop. You know why? Because we're talking about airdrops, and Heather's about to pop.
So
Where did that come from?
Even I don't know, but I was feeling it. Listen, it is a gross thing that happens, but it is still, I loosely say, not as harmful about.
It's shooting your shot.
It is, but this is where it gets dangerous with airdrops. Not only can people lie essentially and pose and act like people are investing in their projects when they're not, people can airdrop things into individuals' wallets and actually be trying to scam them. This comes from 1:37 p.m. Again, here are some common signs that an airdrop may be a scam. Listen to this. If they request you to pay a small amount to receive your airdrop. Red flag. Requesting any private information such as secret phrases and passwords. Rich, should we ever give out our secret phrase?
Hail to the nah.
Red flag. Offering to help you via sharing your screen. Let me take a little look. A new or lookalike NFT or crypto airdrop that is unverified, linked directly you to another site, making you sign in using your wallet. You have to be very, very mindful of that. I know, Lisa, you asked about connecting your wallet. Is it safe or not? Do you trust X website? Do you trust X project organization with your money? Because essentially connecting your wallet, that's what you're saying. And lastly, 1:37 p.m. says, if it's too good to be true, then it's likely a scam. And the reason you might be thinking, a scam, what are you talking about with a scam? What happens, Rich, in some of these instances? What can happen? How could he potentially scare me? Scare me in many ways. Scam me with an airdrop.
I kind of equate it to like a DM in Discord. Like if you click and open it, who knows what can happen?
Right.
There's just way too many people. We kind of talked about it in a previous episode. There's people who are just looking to do bad things out there. So if you're connected to your wallet, if these people have access to your MetaMask somehow, some way, because you clicked on a freaking airdrop, then you're going to regret it big time. So a lot of airdrops will show up in hidden on your OpenSea account or your wallet. So if it's hidden, then just leave it hidden. Okay. If you want to peruse from time to time, like I caught a World of Women collabs, I'm like, oh, this is super dope. I got something from Base Fish that I didn't know was in my hidden, but I recognize those. So it was okay. If I don't recognize it, I don't touch it.
You said something important. If you don't recognize it, you don't touch it. And this is the reason why. In extreme cases, sometimes those NFTs are encoded where if you do interact with it, if you sell it, if you trade it, that code can have access to your wallet or other things in your wallet. So it's important that you don't interact with those and that you do hide them, because in extreme cases, not always, that could be the case.
Really good call. I'm so glad you said that, because you might be under the impression that you get something that's airdropped and you don't want it. So then you're going to try and sell it, although it holds no value, but maybe it's a cool piece of art that you could sell because you've sold before, and someone will be like, oh, I'll actually buy that. And then you just destroy Web 3.0 because you bought some sort of atomic bomb fucking airdrop. So what can you do? Greg Fisher over at Basefish Mafia, a good partner of ours, says in Discord shared that you can hide them in your wallet, like we kind of talked about. They're usually hidden to begin with. Be mindful of who you're giving any info to, and obviously be mindful of who you're interacting with in terms of unwanted non-fungible tokens, aka NFTs, aka let's wrap it up, B.
Wrap it up, wrap it up. We always end our show with a random question, and these questions are coming now from you. So if you want to ask us a non-NFT related question, check out our show notes and find the form there and submit it. And the next one actually comes from somebody named Lisa. And I don't know if this is the same Lisa. Listen, this is what she asked. If you could own one zoo animal as a pet, what would it be and why? And she also added, pretend you could afford to feed it and house it. While Rich is thinking, mine is so easy. There's no thought. Easily. It would be a penguin. It would be a penguin. I love penguins more than anything. They waddle like this. They're so cute and they have their little arms. Like, God, penguins are the bomb. I'd feed it fish every day and pet its head. What about you?
I'd feed a fish every day and pet its head. I don't know, man. Probably a cheetah because they're just fast. They're vicious, but they're soft and playful.
And murderous. They would kill you. What is wrong with you? You would have a cheetah in your house. It would eat your face.
I could afford to eat. I could afford to eat it. I could afford to take care of it. It's that like, it means I could have it and it wouldn't kill me.
I would never come over and visit you if you had a cheetah. You can come into my penguin house anytime, though. We're safe and friendly here. We smell fishy, just like these airdrops that you be getting in your wallet. Fishy, fishy. Be careful out there. It's the Wild West. Anything else, Rich?
No, just hit that bell and subscribe if you haven't already. And we will see you next time. Peace.